Wait, huh? What? Who are you? Oh, you come to steal my dragon breath mead? Well, too bad. Some fellow already did that.
What? Here, have a gold.
Wonderful. Just a couple of more of my little gold friends and we'll have enough for another bottle. It's just too bad they don't sell mead by the sip.
Who stole your mead?
Oh, a real clumsy drunk. Bald as a chicken egg and a face with just as much expression. A brown egg, though. Red guard with white whiskers and beggar clothes as dirty as the wrong end of a worker. Drank it all, he did. You see that thief? You tell him he's a bad sneak, and his breath smells like a troll scratch. Also, mead.
You're a bad sneak and your breath smells like a troll's crotch. The man describes the resemblance to you. I'll see. You stupid drunk boggard. I ought to do the city a favor and kill you now.
It does? Oh dear. I'd better do something about that then. Chewing on dragon's tongue usually does the trick. At least that's what my personal alchemist used to tell me. Was the fire that burned up the stink. But I had to get rid of him so I could buy more mead. I didn't get wealthy by wasting my fortune on luxuries.
My apologies, my lord. I didn't realize.
Here's your mistake. What with the state of my tunic, and the fact that I sleep on the street. Sure, I could shop at Radiant Raymond. Maybe buy that house. What's it called? Proudspire Manor. But that would exhaust a tenth of my fortune. I mean, what's it going for? 5 gold pieces? 7, maybe? And you got to furnish it, too. It'd be a bit foolish to squander my fortune on something I don't need.
So exactly how wealthy are you?
Well, I got 3 bottles of liquor on me, and about 40 or so gold pieces. Enough to buy the Blue Palace, I reckon, and the Imperial Army. I'd probably get them to throw a few of those elves in there, too, just to sweeten the deal. Not that I do it. You can't drink an elf.
You can drink an elf, but you'd have to be a vampire.
And who wants to be that? I'm pale enough as it is. Need to get more sun. I heard it helps if you spread dwarven oil on your skin. Sounds expensive. Also, where am I going to find a dwarf?
Do you ever consider spending more money on food?
Ale is food, beer is food, spiced wine even has that jazzbay grapes in it or something. Says so right on the label. Mead's made from honey, too. Folk like to put in all sorts of healthy ingredients like dried first Miriam, elf's ear, and juniper berries. Just about all spirits got some kind of food in them. But they got happiness in them, too.
Happiness? What do you mean by that?
Some may call it a disease, the way people can't stop drinking. Well, if it's a rush of euphoria. If it's a fever I'd say hello to any day of the week, and twice on Sundays.
Preach, my inebriated friend, preach!
What? Who's inebriated? The priest? Good for her.
Are you from around these parts?
Oh, by the divines, no. I come from a little town known as Rorikstead. It's a fine hamlet, but I know that Xanathar had bigger things planned for me. Through his wisdom, I was guided here to solitude, and true to his word, it turned out to be a great place to make an honest living. Every day I walk out to the market and collect seed money for my business venture. At first, I wasn't even doing that. I just came out to get a little sun, look at the competing businesses, and start milling the grain in my head.
Then what happened?
I think people saw I was making good bread out of that grain, as the passers-by started handing me their coins. Zenitar's blessing, no doubt. As far as I'm concerned, we're practically partners in this thing. Still waiting for that idea, though. Need some more drink to loosen up all the wax in my head. Too bad for my investors. Until that idea comes, it's all just a lot of sunk costs.
But you're already wealthy. There's no need to start a business now. Interesting. I would like to invest in your business. I'm afraid your investors will be unsatisfied with your current state.
You're afraid? What are you afraid of? Is it corn? I used to be afraid of something once. I think it was called Jerome Germain. Creepy thing with a floppy jester's hat. Never did like jesters. Them and one other thing. Best I don't remember what. Better to forget your memories than stumble over them in the dark.
What's the best thing to drink in solitude?
Easy. Spiced wine. Normally I wouldn't touch that stuff, but that Yvette sounds like some sort of wine wizard or something. I keep telling her she should train as a mead maiden instead, or an ale archer, tap into her full potential.
What the divine's name is an ale archer?
It's sort of like a sword stinger. You heard of those, right? Well, you probably heard it wrong, so I'll tell you anyway. The unsay, they could channel their own spirit into a weapon. Called it the way of the spirit sword. In the old tongue, it was known as Shahasacharu. Say that 5 times fast. In any case, I figured you were an ale saint instead of a sword one. You could channel your spirit into a bottle. And you got all sorts of different classes. You got the mead monks, and wine wizards, beer berserkers, and of course, ale archers.
Nice. I prefer a town with a good beer maiden myself.
I agree. Damn city ought to be ashamed of itself. Beer will get you just as drunk as any wine for half the price. But I guess Yvette's under pressure to support that white she lives with. And barking up wine bottles is like some sort of tradition around here. Poor girl needs to leave the city. Train with graybeards or something. Broaden her horizons. Poor girl needs to leave the city. Train with graybeards or something. Broaden her horizons.
You could try brewing your own liquor.
Wait, you can do that? Is it cheap? I remember I tried to grow my own cabbages once. Didn't turn out too well. Landed a bunch of seeds over in that cemetery by the Hall of the Dead. Figured the corpses would be good for the soil. Nothing came out except more nightshade. Then I ate those to see if maybe they were like them purple cabbages. But nope, just plain old nightshade. Good thing, too, 'cause I hate cabbages. Don't know why I was growing them to begin with.
Back to my other question.
Huh? What?
What's your favorite thing to drink overall?
Now, that's a good question. Sure, I like spiced wine, but for the most part, I'm a simple man of simpler tastes. Mostly because the fancy drinks are too expensive. 25 gold for Black Bear mead? Where's Zenithar? What do they feed their bees? Diamonds? At least Yvette's prices are somewhat reasonable. For wine, anyway. Maybe not beer. Wait, what were we talking about again? Can't recall.
Let's see.
You know what helps with memory? Some matzi. Drink they have in Morrowind. Made from salt rice. Really invigorates. Some like to brew it with a touch of cornberry, like it's some sort of brandy. But I like it cold and raw. It's my favorite drink. Huh? What?
Here, have a drink on me.
You are a champion. An ale archer. A wine wizard for the ages. Thank you. All right.